on, everybody. Thank you for joining us. This is Critman's Role-Playing Games, and you are watching Beckoned Blackest Night, and I, for one, am grateful that Mod did not do some kind of yell at the beginning of this stream, because I've cancelled him. I've got rid of him, and replaced him with a cardboard cutout of Mod, which I think we can all agree is going to be a far better playing companion than the actual Mod. Would you agree? Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah,
It seems much more peaceful.
Yeah.
far more
yeah.
animated.
He agrees with me. He made the mistake of disagreeing with me in the last episode of debriefing Strahd. So I just went ahead and I cancelled his contract. I ripped it up, threw it in the bin, tried to get someone else, but it was too short.
I really want to
notice.
fly to like slowly go into his mouth and then go out.
This is a horror campaign, so it would probably go into his eyeball or something like that.
What he's doing right now is horror.
Yeah,
is.
that's disgusting.
It's upsetting.
I'm actually, I need to revisit our veils and lines and veils. That's now part of it.
You can
Serious
revisit
session
me,
talk.
baby.
It's episode 10. Can you believe it? We made it. We made it to 10
We
episodes.
did it, guys. We finished Strahd.
We finished it.
Yay!
It's done.
Even though the fight
Level
was amazing.
Some people take years to kill Strahd. We just did it off camera. You guys didn't see it. It just happened off camera.
We had a fine line to being TPK'd. Like, it went amazingly for us, but it was a fine line.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Again, I just want to
line.
say, Gem saved my ass. I would have been so dead. So dead.
Yeah.
You still can be.
Yeah, we
Have
had-
faith, my friend. Have faith.
still
You'll be
can
with your
be.
God soon.
I think we did very well as a crew there.
Loki.
Your God sounded hot.
No.
Yes, it was the eyeballs rotting out of the skull that really did it for me. I'm a big fan of rotten eyeballs.
That's my type.
Yeah. In fact, I'm getting a little bit flustered just thinking about it at the moment. Whew. Is it getting hot in here? Or is it just me? My God. For those people who are new to this campaign, you might not know what we're talking about. Go back at least one episode and check out the combat that we did a couple of weeks ago, because it got pretty close.
Dicey.
Pretty dicey.
Damn,
Yeah, it's pretty
I was
spicy
afraid.
combat. It was a spicy combat.
Gem was okay.
Yeah.
Is what-
I mean,
I was so stressed.
Oh, I
so
thought you
stressed.
said you were okay.
No, I was so worried.
I'm like, yeah, we
was
get
not
it, Gem.
good.
You didn't almost die. Thanks for that.
I really enjoyed that pun. It was very dicey.
Oh,
something's really wrong with Mod. I think someone needs to go and just hit the reset button, see if we can get him functioning
On the mod?
correctly again. Because
I,
we
I
put it
prefer
in
the
rice?
cutout. I prefer
I
the
feel like we
cutout.
need to put him in rice.
yeah, chuck him in the freezer for a little bit, see if that sorts it out. Someone call Samsung real quick, see if we can't troubleshoot what's going on, because we need this
It's
fixed.
time to go to the killing.
Not as through Samsung, no wonder he's messed up.
Yeah, he's got an Android operating system. You didn't know that? I don't like having to pay for updates or intentional bricking of my devices, so I stick with Samsung. I'm a Samsung guy. Speaking of which, that can be our banter topic for tonight. We're going to keep it real short because we have a limited amount of time. I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning. I got to be up again at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. Which means I will turn your camera off, sit back, and act like a normal human being.
It off.
I thought
Thank you.
I thought the banter topic was our HP.
Yeah, it will be our
Yeah.
HP.
Oh, yeah.
But just let's go around the table. Let's introduce ourselves just quickly. Remind people who you are and whether or not you're an Apple or an Android person. And please don't say you're a fucking Windows operating system person, because I'll kick you out so quickly. Or whatever else there is out there. Firefox.
I'm a Google operating person.
All right. Get out of here. No. Let's start with you, Dan. What do you Apple or Samsung?
Apple.
You're an Apple
Yeah,
man?
boy. Yeah.
I got my iPhone next to me, and I'm doing all of this from a Mac Mini.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, the boys.
It's upsetting. That's the wrong answer. Maybe someone can bring it back around. Christian, Apple or Samsung?
I need like the cutout of the Invincible meme where he's like, I'm Invit, and then it cuts to the title screen. I grew up with Nokia, baby.
Okay. So you don't like operating systems at all?
Is it? Are you on the same 3320 that you had 25 years ago?
Damn,
I'll get a new phone when it breaks.
Mine's not a phone,
Some
it's
sort
a
of rich
weapon.
man.
It's not a phone, it's a weapon.
Speaking of weapons, Grace, operating system.
Obviously, Apple.
Apple.
I just love
Gross.
the what's it called? I really, really love the ecosphere, like, you know, how all of the products interact with each other. I don't know if it's just because I am massively consumerist and I like my aesthetics. Maybe it's because of that.
Mhm.
I will
My
say.
shoes can talk to my headphones.
Yes! Yes!
I've got smart shoes.
But like, you know what is really, really nice? Being able to copy something on my Mac
Oh,
and then being able to
yes.
paste it onto my phone.
Yes. You know what? It is so nice.
You mean
literally,
like
like,
Control C, Control V, like everyone can do with every operating system? Is that what we're
No,
talking about?
Yeah,
across
but like
devices.
across two devices without any. It's just part of it.
Like, it is really nice. I have the AirPod Maxes, you know, the ones you put over your head.
Yeah.
And I don't even have to turn them on. They don't have it on an off button. You put them,
They're
they live in the
always
case,
listening.
and you put them straight on, and they just turn on. It's so cool.
All right. I think I already know the answer to this one, but this could be controversial. Gem, operating system, go.
Well, right now I'm on an Android phone and an Apple computer.
Mm-hmm. That's very upsetting.
Yep.
Is that even an... I don't feel like that's an answer.
If you put them too close to
Oh,
each
that
other,
is an answer.
do they start to malfunction?
Do they cancel each other out?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've gone over to Android and Windows, but I do have Apple stuff from before. So I do like the simplicity with Apple, and I do agree with that. But I do not like how locked in you are to certain things with having an Apple. I like my freedom when it comes to technology.
Not a big
That's
fan
why I'm
of
veering
planned
towards Android.
obsolescence.
And the cameras are better. The cameras are better on the Android.
This is true.
That's what. Yes.
You Android users, you get that.
Mm-hmm.
This is true.
Yeah.
The cameras are better. You may have that.
The cameras
Is
and
Androids the phone
everything.
that have the meme of like exploding in people's pockets? Is that
Yes. Yes.
I've
They
never
were the ones
had that problem.
They did. They did. But you guys were the OGs. There was a time when you could not bring a specific Samsung phone onto the planes. Like, they confiscated them at border checkpoint. Yes. There was a
that's
time
great.
when that was a thing.
Amazing photos,
Oh,
but just
no.
no allowance to go to any trade buildings.
Yeah, my unusual fear is being skipped.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
Mud.
No, we
We
haven't
haven't got
gotten
to you yet.
around to
Chill
that
out,
one.
Mister.
Is that this week? Is that this week's question? Sorry, I
Look.
tuned out.
If having something exploding in your pocket is a reason to deny people entry onto a plane, you can just go ahead and put me on the ban list for all international flights from now on, because I'm always at risk of something going off in my pocket. It doesn't matter whether it's a Samsung or an Apple or anything like that. I'm just a risk of that. Speaking of people who are flight risks, Mod, Apple, Samsung, what do you got?
That was actually a great transition.
I know, thank you.
Yeah, no, everyone, that is the first decent transition we've had in
This is
10
true.
episodes. Congratulations, we did it. Yeah, no.
Against all odds.
Rolled a nat 20 just on episode 10. That's pretty good. I am a man of convenience, so I was a Nokia boy until I had to get my own phone and couldn't use my dad's anymore. And then I became a man that used the phone that work provided. So I've gone between them. I have no allegiance to either. Currently, I'm using Apple because it's free.
Yeah, that's what my boyfriend does. My boyfriend has never had a new phone like this.
You said we wouldn't talk about our relationship online, Grace. You said it. You said we're
What?
keeping it secret.
No,
So-
definitely
Oh,
not.
you're ruining
They're
everything,
100
Grace.
years.
Now everyone knows. No, my family, my kids. Home wrecker. Home wrecker.
LG makes phones? Bro, I don't want something that works like my washing machine.
Well, life is good. Speaking of things that are good in life, shall we play some Dungeons and Dragons?
Let's
Yeah,
do it.
yeah.
Fucking
Yes, please.
yes. Let's do it. Alrighty then. Before we get launched into this episode, we have a couple of things that we do need to go over. As you may or may not be aware of, a couple of you guys leveled up. I'm going to say a couple.
Yay!
I mean, all of yous,
There's
because
that
I
generic
am nothing
soundbite,
if not a
like
benevolent
the FNAF one.
dungeon master who gives you all the things that you want and makes you happy. Your happiness is my priority. So
Bullshit. Bullshit.
let's go across the
Bullshit.
board. Let's find out, first of all, everyone who did pick a subclass, what subclass you picked. And for those people who didn't, for those multi-classes among you, what class you went with. And while we're at it, we can roll some hit dice as well. We have a fun way of doing that. Someone just redeemed a card. Who was that? I don't know. I know I can't ignore that. Once it's done, it's done. So, let's go across the board here. Let's start with you, Dan. What subclass have you chosen? And we've already rolled your hit dice, I think, so no need to do over that again.
Yeah, we rolled the hit dice. I got a whopping 4 extra HP, which was fun. On a D6.
Hey, nice.
No, yeah, with a +1 in my constitution, so I got a 3. So
Oh, you
below
rolled
average.
a 3.
Yeah,
Brr.
Ooh.
yeah.
Brr.
Yep, not the best. But I did choose a subclass, and I believe some whispers of my mother came through.
Yay!
And Bill is a divine soul sorcerer. I was on the fence between divine soul and shadow magic. I thought shadow magic thematically worked really well with Edelhart, and I didn't know where to choose, so I left it up to the dice. I did a D100 roll. A 1 to 50 was going to be divine soul, 51 to 100 was going to be shadow magic, and I got a 29.
Maybe
So-
your magic can like be themed like that, like it looks like white smoke.
Ooh, fancy. Yeah,
I like
can
that.
see it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay, good. So Divine Sorcerer, we'll dive into that a little bit more as we go along. Let us move on to someone who did not choose a subclass. Christian.
I still need to roll mine. I really want to get the 8, my pretty dice. I have put a level into Monk as I get 10 times more stuff from it, to be honest. I'm Monk Rogue, now level 2 Monk, level 1 Rogue. Level 2 Monk gave me 3 things: Monk's Focus, Unarmored Movement, and Uncanny Metabolism. We can go over them later, but basically I now have my focus points, previously key points, to do a bunch of cool shenanigans in combat. And I've got a D8 that I haven't rolled with a -3. So if I actually roll a 1 or a 2, this level up has lost me hit points.
No, we did go over that. The minimum that you can get is 1. I'm not going to take away hit points. You're not going to die on level up. As funny as that would be.
If you roll a 1, we take 1 away from Dan.
Hey!
And the way that we roll hit dice as well.
I got a 7!
Is the player and I both roll the dice, and you can take the higher of the two. You rolled a 7, it's pretty good. So it's unlikely that I'm going to roll higher than that, but let's find out.
Roll an
I
8
have been-
then.
I've been pretty lucky
Yes.
recently, so
It's difficult to see, but it's on the iPad. You can see a long straight line. I swear it's a 7, not a
get
1.
that after
Yeah, I was going to say that's a
nonsense out of
1 for sure. It's a 1 for sure.
Okay, and you said I get 2 rolls, I get to pick, so there's a
you.
chance I get an 8?
I roll as
What?
well, and I rolled a 1, so you can stick with the 7.
Sure you did. You just
Yeah.
want to take it away from me.
It's right here on my cat dice.
That's fine. I'm fine. I'm happy with the 7. Okay, so 15 is gonna be 22. Yes. With my -3, 19 hit points. Yay!
Speaking of
Ooh,
people
very
who are
good.
22, Grace,
I'm 23.
Ah, I was close enough.
I was about to
So
say.
It
close.
was nearly the second cleanest transition.
It was pretty good.
What's it?
I was one off.
No, I'm sorry. I should have gone with it. I should have been like, yes, that
Yes,
is me.
That is the pillar
Or
of
Christian should get
improv.
23 hit points.
I'll be honest, I thought he was coming to me from that. Like, I thought I was going to be one of those, like, to the old guy.
That's much too far of a stretch. Sorry.
Aww.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
I
wanna be
feel bad now. Can you
accused
transition to
of-
That's not
mod?
bad.
of that kind
Okay.
of, using reality or abusing reality, rather. Okay, Grace. Subclass
Thank you.
and what's your hit die?
So I picked circle. I was gonna say circle of the grave. Jesus Christ. I picked the grave cleric. To absolutely no one's shock or surprise. Which has given me some cool things that we will talk about later. But I am a D8.
A D8. Okay. All right. We'll use
D8,
the same
and I
dice
get a
here.
+2.
So I rolled a 1 last time, and I want to stick with that. Okay.
Okay.
You roll first. Tell me what you get.
Okay, and it'll be in the chat because I'm. Oh, I got a 7 as well.
Yay!
You damn dirty cheaters. All right, I'm going to roll here. Let's find out. Will you get an 8? No, I rolled a... The fuck is that? It's a 5. I rolled a 5.
Okay,
so
I will be going with the +7.
7. Okay. Very good. All right, mods. Talk to me. Subclass. And I think we've already rolled your hit die. Am I correct?
We've rolled mine.
Yep.
On a D10, we got a 10, which is lovely with my con of 3. So I went up 13 hit points.
Gross.
So I'm really struggling at the
Oh.
moment.
Hate that.
Nice.
Hate that.
And then also for the subclass, I was going Oath of Devotion,
Mm-hmm.
but instead at Sven's suggestion, I've gone the Oath of Silence.
The Oath of Absolute Silence. Oh,
It's a new subclass I just invented.
how peaceful it will be.
The Oath of Silence.
You get the
I get it,
silence
and
spell,
I like that choice.
and you can cast that without expending the spell slots. No. Okay.
And no one can cast spells within 200 feet of me,
So,
or they die.
Oath of Devotion, is it?
I know I was going Oath of Devotion,
Mhm.
but after last week's episode
that's
where
right.
I did an inspiring smite and then a feat of athleticism,
Mm.
I've decided to go the Oath of Glory, which
Ooh.
plays
Oh,
into
yes.
the fact that I'm always talking about stories and
Holes.
legends. So
Oh,
Legends.
honestly, Inspiring Smite is so strong, so that'll be good. Nice.
yeah, I'm excited to use it. I will say I was staying away from this because it was my favorite subclass until they fixed it in 2024. If you want to go into that, see any of my rants on YouTube that go. There's about 4 of them. They go for about 2 hours each. And yeah, so I've got Peerless Athlete as a channel divinity, which probably won't come in handy, but I get to do lots of running and jumping.
Okay.
And then I have a couple of spells and an inspiring smite. So yay for inspirating people with stabbing.
Inspirating.
Inspirating. Well, it's like aspirating where you stab a hole in someone, but it inspires everyone around you. So inspirating.
You stab them with your inspiration.
Yes, that's how you make children.
I dig it. When a mummy inspiration cleric and a daddy inspiration cleric love each other very
Inspiring
much.
Smite and Divine Soul. Our healing has just gone through the roof, by the way. It's nearly tripled.
Yeah.
Yeah, 000 is still 0 though, Christian.
Honestly, I think the only thing that's really coming in handy is the extra spell slot and the extra 5 points of lay on hand. So like literally if people fall down next to me, I could go bonus action you, bonus action you, bonus action you, get up 1 hit point, we're going. Okay.
Like,
go
it
team.
depends.
Speaking
I
of
have
000,
one more-
this next
Yes.
person is going to need to dial 000, trying to figure out how to get the stat block for Bright Eyes to work. Jem,
Yeah, I'm trying to do that now. Hello.
how you doing?
You're
I'm
on,
just
on point
looking
tonight,
here.
Sven.
All right.
Thank you.
So I'm looking. So my AC for Bright Eyes is apparently 13 plus my Wisdom modifier. That would make it 18, wouldn't it?
No, 13 plus 3.
Plus
Isn't
3?
your Wisdom modifier plus 3?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, God damn it.
So, yeah, it
So
should be
AC is 16.
16 on the
Yep.
AC.
Rocket clock.
Yep.
So, just take a peek behind the curtain. That does mean that you took the Ranger subclass. What's it called? Beastmaster? Is that correct?
Beastmaster.
Beastmaster. Yes, I did. Yes.
World of Warcraft
I'm looking
classic.
here. Yes, my hit points are 5 plus 5 times my ranger level, so 20 hit points.
Mm-hmm.
And I have 3d8's worth of hit dice.
Yes. Well, Bright Eyes has
Bright
that.
Eyes
yes.
does, not Fritz.
Yeah,
Righto,
so
sorry, yes.
that is something that we're going to have to roll as well. But before we get onto that, we need to roll some hit dice for Fritz Longview. Let's see if
Yes. So I get to roll a d10.
Fritz can see long
Ready?
into the future with a long life. A D10.
I got a 9.
Are you kidding? Oh,
That's so
You
good.
take a picture.
I've been rolling so well.
bruh.
You people make me sick. I don't want to play with you anymore.
Roll it, roll it. You got to roll now, Sven. Get a 10.
I'm just going to play with
Yeah,
myself from
get
now
me a
on.
10.
Dan, I feel so bad for you, by the way, realizing now.
What
We're
did
all
Dan
like
get?
rolling in our first world problems. Dan got a 3 on the dice.
All right. Well, let's see if I can get a
Hey, it's like 4 from the top for me.
True. It's like a halfway on our dice.
I'm trying to figure out if this is a 6 or a 9. It is a 9, so I also rolled a 9 on that D10. So you can take the 9. You can take 99.
Right.
You got 99
Yep,
hit points.
Don't ask me. So I've got 19 plus another 9. I've got 28 out of 30.
28
Yeah.
out of 30. All right, now we need to roll. Wait, no.
I don't know whether I need to for Bright
we don't
Eyes.
need to. We don't need to roll for Bright Eyes because Bright Eyes has 5 plus 5
Yep.
times your Ranger level, I think it
That's
is.
it.
So it should be 20 hit points. So we don't need to roll for that at all. We just need to keep in mind that he has those D8. So when you take a short rest and he wants to heal, that's what he's going to be using.
Can I ask, does Fritz have 3 D10s when we have a rest? Is that
Yeah.
Yep, that's correct.
what that means? Okay, yeah.
When you take a
cool.
short rest, you can
Awesome.
roll as many D10s as you want, up to 3, and heal yourself that many. Dan's put up the Beastmaster from the classic 80s movie, The Beastmaster?
1982.
82. I was going to say
I don't
90s.
recognize that
Yeah.
at all.
You might recognize my Beastmaster's companion there, Bear, the panther from Beware the Witching Hour.
Yeah.
It looks like
Yeah.
those
Go on,
art
Sam.
of like where people have dressed up as pandas in zoos.
I love that. I love the eagle in the background and how he's like the eagle's eye. That is some classic 80s artwork
So
right
edgy.
there. It's so great. It's like a 14-year-old boy's wet dream. So,
He's in front of an eagle. He's got a badass pet beside him and a half-naked chick. Oh my god!
it's so good.
This is my personality.
You know
My
what? We
personality
need to do a
is
watch
that
of
picture of that beholder that's Fen shared, the
Oh,
one
yeah.
from like 1980 something. And
Oh, it's like second
fucking
edition
orange.
beholder.
Yeah, that's my personality.
There he is. Thank
When
you,
I
Dan.
get to work, that's
How
who
do you
I
do
am.
that so quickly, Dan? You just have things loaded up and ready to go. What's going on? That's amazing.
Definitely not.
Hey,
Never-
Arsenio, how you doing, man? Nice to have you on
Joining
the
the
show.
campaign.
Really elevating the
Oh.
company.
What the hell?
Oh
No.
man, what has become of this show? I feel like it's really getting off the rails. So let's bring it back around. We are going to be finishing at 10:30. It only gives us an hour and a half of game time right now. So let's put on our imagination goggles and step into the realm of fantasy, shall we? I'll just do a quick recap for those people who are new. If you're watching this on TikTok or whatever, because we are multi-streaming tonight. Hey, how's it going? Sorry
new
for
people.
hi new people under 30s. It's good to have you on board. This is a game that
Yeah, welcome.
your grandpa used to play. It's called Pathfinder. All right, recap.
One quick thing before you start.
Mhm.
One very quick thing.
Okay.
Last week, right at the very start of the stream,
Mhm.
Sven said,
Oh.
"Have you ever ever felt like this.
No,
And
didn't say
I'm
that.
pretty sure it was Gemma
Me.
said
Me.
it was you, was it?
It was me. I remember.
And yeah, and you're like, when strange things. And I didn't hear you over the Discord. So when I rewatched the video, I heard that. I was like, I would have lost my pants off. So I just wanted to say thank you for that. That was a great
You're welcome.
reference. And
You're
it didn't come
welcome.
through Discord for me. So I appreciate you saying that. It
I was
meant a
really
lot to me.
upset when you didn't finish it. It made me really. It
I
just
know,
disheartened
I know.
me.
I let you
That
down.
before.
But
Yeah,
it,
you
to
did.
me, it made me feel young that you knew that reference.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Sorry, so continue on.
Me?
Well,
just
well,
rolled
it's
in
very
there.
self-appreciation.
What was I doing? Is this a work thing? Is this like a conference? All right, so
You're wasting time. Get to the game. Get
tasked
on with it.
by a mysterious stranger named Arigal to come and clear a house of its alleged haunting, these 5 heroes find themselves in the village of Barovia. And maybe a little bit of DM magic. You found your way to the aforementioned house, caused thousands of gold worth of property damage before finding a secret compartment in the house containing the final will of the house's former occupants, bequeathing their inheritance to their children Roosevelda and Thornbolt Durst. You also found the deeds to the house and a windmill,
Windmill.
which matched the windmill motive that was seen throughout the house. This information seems to contradict Arigal, who told you that he inherited the house from a long-lost relative. Your investigation led you up to the attic where you vanquished an angry spectre and met a pair of friendly ghost children. Ooh, spirits of the departed Roosevelda and Thornbolt mentioned in the will. They told you that in order for you to be able to put them to rest, you would need to bury their bones properly in a family tomb supposedly located beneath the house. They also made it clear that if you wanted to find the answers you were looking for, you would need to delve deeper. So you continued on down through the house via a secret stairway that led you to the basement, and then deeper still, where you found a sacrificial chamber where you were bidden by the spirits of the dead owners to make a sacrifice. But instead of doing that, Fujin decided to add arson to his list of crimes, and a hideous monster rose from the
awesomeness.
murky water and attacked you, almost killing both Tane and Thana. Don't get them confused.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Thanks to a very fortunate twist of fate, you managed to emerge from the combat victorious, only to have the house begin to shake. Apparently on the verge of collapse. On your way out, you realized you had yet to lay the bones of the children to rest, which is exactly what you're doing at this moment, when you were set upon by 3 ghoulish creatures who stumbled out of the darkness. And that is where we left off, and that is where we are going to pick it up. Before we do that, let's just make sure we all have our hit points and everything that we got from our level up added and stuff like that. Is everyone ready to go for this? Because this could very well be the final episode of the prologue of Beckoned Blackest Night. That's right.
Ooh.
The prologue could be over tonight. I thought it was going to be over 2 weeks ago. It wasn't. You went a different
Yeah.
Me
path.
too.
Also, if anybody wants an in-depth catch-up that goes over everything, tune into Debriefing Strahd, where we did it word for word. It was very comprehensive.
Yeah, not at all confusing. But I guess the better way to get a recap is to head over to Spotify and listen to every single episode. Well, actually, we don't have every single episode up yet. It should be only up to episode 3 or 4 by now. But you can find all the rest of the episodes on YouTube, so you can watch it there if you want to. All righty then. Shall we take it to the map?
Yeah.
Take it to the
Yeah,
map.
but
Okay. Let's do that. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. When we finished last episode, I believe it was Fujin's turn, and you just karate chopped one of these creatures in the neck.
Correct. I got a second flurry of blows attack coming now, as we have leveled up, and I now have my focus points. But that is how we ended.
Alrighty, bringing up the combat tracker now. It has remembered where we were last time, so I don't think there's any reason why we need to delay this any longer. We can get straight back into this combat. Now, I want you to picture this. It is complete darkness down here. Pitch black. The whole foundation of the building is shaking, trembling like a injured animal. Parts of the ceiling are beginning to collapse. The level below was starting to fill with water. And you just laid the bones of, I think it was Thornbolt, to rest, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
When 4 of these creatures started to stumble into the room, they are tripping over one another. They have long tendrils of saliva dripping down their mouths. They're like covered in blood, parts of their flesh and bone poking out through parts where flesh is missing. And all right, you have another attack coming, Fujin. I think you're currently on a table doing this, by the way.
Correct. So, last turn, leaving Tane behind with the crowbar to hopefully get the girl buried into her tomb, and then we can escape because the ground surrounding us is still pretty violently shaking, threatening to collapse, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
So we were trying to get out of here, found the tombs, thankfully, as I had ran off, but managing just to find them. It was actually, luckily, close to where you guys had ran around to the exit. So, Tane's on that. Seeing the zombies come from the south, I've wanted to try to intercept them. So I've jumped up onto the table, a dodge action with my main action, attempting to draw their ire to myself, and a bonus action with my monk is going to come in for 1 punch, and now that I have focus points, 2 punches, as I'm going to spend one of my 2 focus points. I only have 2 of them at the moment, so I'm already halfway out, but it's going to allow me to hit 1 more time. Now, you've already added the damage from last time, just checking?
Yes, I have already done that.
Perfect,
and you are
perfect.
able to do Flurry of Blows even with a bonus action attack? Is that...
Yeah, Flurry of Blows, it only is a bonus action. It says you expend 1 key point, or 1 focus point, sorry, and you can make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action. So it gives you 1 extra hit. Not amazing in the grand scheme of things, but a little of extra damage, and when I eventually get Stunning Strike, it can help proc with that, possibly.
They've also separated it from the main attack, which is really good.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. It used to be once you made a main attack, you could then use Flurry of Blows, but they must have changed it.
They have,
Yes.
Genius.
And
I'm saying,
21,
PHP 2024 is amazing. I love it.
21 hits, I'm hoping?
Yes, a 21 does hit these creatures. You did see the art up on the screen earlier, so no need to put that up there for you, but they're not wearing any armor, so not hard to hit.
Savage Attacker, I rolled a 4. I'm going to see if I get a 5 or a 6. I don't, that's fine. 8 points of bludgeoning damage. As the first one, as I jump onto the table, I mentioned kicking all of the cutlery and bowls into the creature's face as they splinter into his flesh. And then the second one, as I finally stable myself, I'm then going to come down with an elbow onto the top of his skull from above, cracking it a bit in the center, and then rebalancing myself. Bring it on.
Okay, and like the creature's head snaps back and some of that saliva just goes flying and splats up against the ceiling above you. The creature is still standing, and I think that takes us to Thana. Thana, what do you do? I believe you have light cast on you, so at the moment you are casting 60 feet of light, I believe.
She also put it on me, so there's a bunch of light in this room here.
Oh, she put it on you. All right, that's fun. Okay.
I've got a torch, though, if that's why you're wondering why it's light.
Yeah, just want to keep track of the light sources here, because, of course, if you do end up splitting the party here, it could mean things get tricky with the vision situation, because we are in combat rounds here, and every second counts. All right, Thana, what would you like to do? Is she muted?
Yes, I am muted. Thank you. I have been talking. Okay, I just have to remember how to play D&D for a second. Give me 10 seconds.
We weren't ignoring you. Now you know.
I'm so fucking sorry.
If I ignore you now, it is intentional, just so you know.
Yeah, that's okay. Right, I'm just figuring shit out. That's 10. Can you see my ruler? No, probably not. 20.
God, you got healed. That looks so good,
Okay.
having 28 hit points.
So I think I am going to move up to probably about...
Just quickly, it is worth mentioning as well. I think, Mod, you're the one who redeemed that last card, and that card got attributed to Gem. So, Fritz, you have the incarcerated card. Let's talk about the incarcerated card, just you're all aware of what is going on here. Because it might change what you do with your turn. Incarcerated. You are restrained for 1 minute. So do with that as you wish.
I will also point out that Sweet Pea did remind me that a card was pulled right before the end of last week.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and you overrode that card. Right. So I didn't
realize I was just pressing a button. I said to ignore it.
A new card
I said to ignore it.
If someone pulls out another card, then it gets rid of mine. Just so everyone knows, before it gets to my turn, I won't pull one out because I think that's sketchy. But if anyone else wants to, probably that's not one of the players. I think if we do it, it's unfair. Sven, what's your ruling on that?
It is on a timer, so no, never mind. Someone's already drawn a new card, and that is the healer. Okay, who was that?
Perfect. Well done, Sweet Pea.
Sweet Pea.
Thank you.
Also, thank you for joining us. Let's talk about the healer. I can't even read that. It says, regenerative aura. Once per long rest, you may heal 1d8 plus your level as a bonus action. Additionally, you stabilize any dying creature you touch. There you go.
Oh, cool.
That's going to be very helpful.
Okay, so...
Who did that go to?
That went to Christian.
Hey! I was half paying attention. I was typing a message to Sweet Pea saying thank you. I get to heal people with my touch?
Yeah, probably just going to heal yourself. But you get to heal as a bonus action 1d8 plus something or other. Plus your level. Ooh, that's fun. So 1d8 plus 3, and additionally,
I'd do that as soon as possible.
You can stabilize anyone who's dying.
My bonus actions are pretty important. I need to punch things, so we'll see.
If there's time.
What are the rules about moving through allies again, Sven?
You can just move through an ally space. I don't think there's any... as long as they're willing to let you move through that space, which I'm assuming they are, as long as you don't end in a space, that's okay.
Okay. Yeah, no. Okay. Well, Gem, do you mind if I, push you and Bright Eyes to the side slightly, please?
Sure thing. We'll let you through.
Okay. So I'm just gonna stand here.
Tane, where are you going?
Just here.
Move back.
Just there. I'm gonna move there. And then I am going to cast a spell. No one laugh. It has to go well. It has to go well.
Prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation.
You make it smell like freshly cut grass.
I know it is. Does it start with a ward?
The spell again. What? No, I think I'm going to cast a new one. No, I'm not. I lie. I think I'm gonna cast Word of Radiance. Actually, no, I'm gonna do Toll of the Dead. I lied. I'm gonna do Toll of the Dead. Toll of the Dead. Ding dong.
Alrighty.
No, Word of Radiance. No, final answer. Word of Radiance.
Word of Radiance. Okay. Do we need to roll for this?
Lock it in.
Locked in. Building radiance erupts from you in a 5-foot emanation. Each creature of your choice you can see in it must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 1d6 of radiant damage. And I'm too far away, so I'm gonna move up slightly.
I'm looking in like you're next to 3 allies and no enemies.
Everyone, shut up!
I'd like to ban my friends, please.
I mean, you can if you want.
No, thank you.
I like that you moved first before casting this.
Yeah.
Stepping up onto the table as well, you are casting burning
Word of Radiance.
Word of Radiance. Okie dokie. So the creature has to make a saving throw, is that correct?
Yes, so you have to make a 13 Constitution saving throw, is it?
Oh, these
Hang
rotten
on, yes,
creatures.
it is a 13. It is a 13, I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
Constitution.
Out.
It tells me that zombies don't have the highest Constitution.
Especially not when you roll a natural 1. So let's talk about damage.
Ayo, motherfuckers. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm gonna do that. So they each take. Oh fuck.
By each, do you
Take
mean the
damage.
one that you are 5 feet away from?
Yeah, that single one
Okay.
takes one down. I quit.
You know what?
I quit this fucking.
Since it rolled a natural 1, I'm going to give it 2 points of damage.
Thank you, Sven,
That's
for
a-
taking pity on me.
Don't say I never give you anything, because I just feel bad. That was so sad.
Yeah.
All right.
Almost every single
You were so
spell I've
brave.
cast has just.
Thana was so
sucked.
brave. You were so brave, Thana. You could have stayed at the back. Instead, you went right up there. Like, I feel like that deserves a hero point or heroic inspiration.
You know
but
what? Everyone can
Who
have
am I to say?
everyone can have heroic inspiration today.
What do you
Thanks,
mean I think
Fujin.
that deserves a heroic? She's done nothing in both combats other than fail.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Takes a lot of courage.
Fuck is this? This is an attack.
Polly's up, people.
I want
fuck
heroic
you.
Thank you for that,
inspiration
Ben.
for fucking up.
You're welcome. She stepped up, and you know you've got to keep
Literally.
in mind as well. Like, undead are anathema to Thana. So you know, stepping up to these things, I think it takes a little bit of courage. So you know, she's not a frontline fighter. She is a cleric. So you know, take your point of heroic inspiration. You're gonna need it. You're all gonna die anyway.
Christian sucks.
Anything else?
Christian's an asshole.
You know what?
Fighting's not your forte,
It
is
does
it?
say every
Fujin will take
creature
it.
of your choice, and you are within 5 feet of Fujin. So
Yeah, fuck
Look,
you.
I'll take one
You
damage
know what?
sword.
You know what? Yes. You know what? Christian can take 1 damage. Roll your Constitution save, motherfucker.
With a -3.
I did fail. I will take 1 damage.
okay.
Take your 2 damage because Sven rolled in that one.
I didn't roll on that one. Spend it.
Yeah, take 1 point of damage. You can use your heroic inspiration if you want to re-roll it.
To reroll, I'm okay.
Okay, so man, this is getting out of hand.
Guys, you
where
might
you
want to
aim.
get in chat your word of radiance. What your character says, what Thana says as your word of radiance is a current poll in the chat.
Okay.
Okay.
Good option.
Just so you can have your say.
Oh, I'm gonna check. I'm gonna.
While you
I
do
didn't want to
that,
do it without your
I
knowledge.
think that is the end of your turn.
Yes,
Yep.
that is me.
All
That
right.
is me.
Now it is one of my creatures' turns. Which one is it? That guy over there. He can move through his allies' spaces because they are willing creatures. So
I've never
it is
felt
going
so
to
happy
go.
to have coins. I've never felt so happy to have coins.
I don't know what they are.
Go, people, go!
All right, what do we got?
What will win?
Oh my god,
Let's have a look here.
guys! People are picking on me.
We're not picking on you. We're guessing what the word is that you use to cast. Is it dye, bright eyes, moist, girth, or ointment?
Ointment.
All words that people hate to hear.
Ointment.
What
People
the
hate
fuck?
ointment? What's wrong with ointment?
Bright eyes.
Listen to ointment.
2,000
And
coins
my
on breaking
ointment's
the
done.
curse.
Good.
It is not equipment. It is not.
Right.
Okay, so just for context, in our whether it's us or people watching, there have been at least 4,000 coins spent on voice and Ger, and it's going up by the minute.
The people are speaking.
You know what?
Democracy.
Democracy manifest.
Manifest.
Get your hands off my penis. Speaking
This
of
is fucked,
penises, it is
and
one
it's
of my
hurting
creature's
me.
turns. And it is going to move into the room, and I just have to decide who it wants to attack. They're not particularly intelligent, so I'm just going to roll a dice here and see if it goes left or right here. Left.
Can I ask a question,
is 1 or 2.
Stan?
Yes.
I've watched too many zombie things. Do we need to be worried about contact with these motherfuckers?
Maybe.
I'm sure when it comes to your turn, you might be able to do a knowledge check of some sort, and I could tell you a little
I don't want
bit
to do
more.
I'm just going to try and keep them away. That's
For
okay.
the time being, I'd say, it's probably not what you want to have near you, just for the smell alone. All right, who should I attack here? You know what? This one's coming at you, Fujin.
Fujin's trying to get them towards him anyway, so that makes sense.
What do I want to do here? Oh, yeah? Okay. It's coming at you with a claw.
Disadvantage.
Never mind. It rolled a natural 1, so no need to
Excellent.
roll advantage on that one. It misses, and that is the end of its turn. Now, one thing that you have failed to take into account is that there was already a creature in this room, previously identified as a Grick. So now I guess we're going to have to find out how the Grick reacts to all this commotion that is happening.
I'm in front of it too.
Oh no, there's a target right there.
Did the Grick roll?
It
For-
did.
Am I within 5 feet of the Grick?
Oh, no.
You're not within 5
5
feet
feet
of
Can
the
I
of
Grick.
do
needs to be
anything
directly
right?
next to you.
Can I do anything right?
Look, you do lots of things right. Just being here is right, and I certainly appreciate it. But the Grick certainly doesn't. It doesn't like its hunting ground being disturbed, and it is going to lash out at the nearest enemy, which at one point was one of these creatures, but is now Thana. So it will take
Yeah.
5 feet, if I'm not mistaken, to the left.
Going to can intercept.
No. For the intercept, you do need to be within 5 feet, and you are.
I am.
You're 10
Smallest
feet.
point to smallest point. I am.
Sorry. So
The ruler out, and I went from the edge of my character to the edge of Thana, and it's 5 feet.
That's because it's measuring one square.
yeah. So
Yeah,
It's measuring the middle
technically,
square.
It's 5 feet.
the way to do the measurement correctly is go from the center to center. That's going to give you an accurate measurement.
Well, okay, now I know. Sorry,
Yes.
Thana.
No, that's okay.
No,
it's okay. I
fine.
appreciate the attempt.
At
So
this point, with the way Thana has been acting, let's just kill her off.
an easy
She's
way
useless.
to remember is every one of those squares is 5 feet. So if you are right next to it, you are 5 feet away. And I've made the grid visible now, so it's easier for you to understand like how far things are away. So you should be able to see that grid. That'll give you a little bit of an understanding of like distances without having to measure. But it is within 5 feet of Thana, which means this creature is going to make an attack. For those people at home, you know what? Let's give you a little bit of a better look at this serpentine-like creature, almost like a snake with 4 smaller tentacles coming out, surrounding like a central beak. It is
he's
going
kinda
to make
cute.
an attack against you.
This would do well in book talk, that creature.
It would. This is true. It would do very well in book talk.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
You don't want to.
Oh, they're so innocent. They're so innocent.
Is this where accountants means something that we don't understand?
Yeah. Book
Yes.
books like spicy
Yes.
books, yeah?
Oh, okay, yeah, that's
the
fair
people would write books about this thing, I swear.
Because of the tentacles.
And that beak, that juicy,
it's just
girthy
the-
looking beak it's got going on there.
Are you just saying it because it looks like an angry
is like
flashlight?
erotica.
I'd love to rub some ointment on that one. It misses its first attack
Make it
with
moist.
Called a grip.
11, but its second attack, let's go ahead and find out here. Come on, 20. There we go. That's an 18 to hit. With its tentacles.
It misses. I'm kidding. No, of course it hits.
So it is going to do... I should have done this one first.
28
to be honest with
damage.
you. It's going to do 8 points of slashing damage. As you can see, those
that's not bad.
barbed hooks on the end of its tentacles dig into your flesh. And you have the grappled condition.
Oh.
So you are
At least
tired,
there's another thing you can burn now.
grappled, and just in a really bad spot.
Honestly, someone kill me. Someone just kill me.
I mean, it's trying.
It's trying. Yeah, we'll get there. Just give it time. It's the first time it's ever gotten to grapple a cleric before. It's learning. Okay, so that is going to be the end of that creature's turn, which brings us to ghoul
The
number
other three.
3. We're going to call that one LL Ghoul J. Who does it want to attack?
Can I ask?
Yes.
Could Grace have done anything with her hero point then?
There was no save on that, so no, there was nothing that she could have done
Okay.
with the hero
Alright.
point there, unfortunately.
Okay,
Thank you for defending me, Jam.
it's okay. You need it. You're being so brave, Thana.
Yeah, thank you. I deserve the hero point, Christian.
100%.
I deserve it.
Holy shit, where is the grappled condition in this? There it is.
Oh no, you can't find it. What will we
there
do?
it is. While you have the grappled condition, you experience the following effects. Your speed is 0 and cannot increase. You have disadvantage on attack rolls against any target other than the grappler, and the grappler can drag or carry you when it moves, but every foot costs 1 extra foot of movement. Okay, good. So that's what it is doing to you currently. It has you grappled. It is number 3's turn. LL Cool J is going to move into the room as well and make an attack against Fujin. 5, 10.
Disadvantage.
Put him over there. This one also gets disadvantage.
All of them. I'm dodging.
Oh, yes, that's correct. Okay, so
It's almost like I planned it.
it's almost like you planned that. Let's go with another claw attack, and we'll roll that with disadvantage, so I don't have to build myself up. That doesn't matter, because that's still going to hit with a 19.
Oh, yeah, good roll.
Yes, it was a natural 16 and a natural 15. So let's talk about damage, which is the least of your worries. So you're going to take 5 points of slashing damage from that claw attack. And let's read the rest of it here. If the target is a creature that isn't undead or elf, which you're not, it is subjected to the following effects. Please make a Constitution saving throw.
My forte. That is a 9. I will use my heroic inspiration.
Please fail.
That is a 9.
Oh my god. This is so bad.
Suck it.
You have the paralyzed condition.
Fun.
You feel your muscles
No.
start to like cramp and seize, and you find that you're unable to move. If we can just quickly find the paralyzed condition. Can't find that either. And
God,
it's-
was this with disadvantage still hit ya?
Yes, he used his
No.
his point of heroic inspiration, and it still hit.
No, I mean, didn't he take the bait and defense or whatever?
Yeah, got a 15 and a 16.
And then use hero crit inspiration, they still miss, still hit.
Yep.
No,
Oh my
I
God.
used the heroic inspiration on the saving
On
throw.
the save. Oh,
All right.
gosh.
So paralyzed. You have the incapacitated condition. Your speed is 0. You automatically fail strength and dex saves. Your attacks against you have advantage, and any attack that hits you is a critical hit. You're in a bad
Did it say as well?
position.
This was from its claws, right?
That's correct.
Does it say what the claws are called? Like, is this some sort of poison or something? Just so I can, I guess, roleplay how Fujin's doing it.
Doesn't specify. I'm guessing. That's a good question.
Because some of these creatures, like these creatures, obviously, like a ghoul, we're probably going to come across them quite a bit in the campaign.
Possibly.
So, what? I'm guessing in an undead Strahd. What do you think? How's this working?
Since it doesn't really specify, I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, I'd say it works like a poison. Sure, why not?
Okay. Yeah, Fujin will groan in pain. So Thana hopefully can hear that, as I guess like a bit of foam is probably starting to come from his mouth.
Welcome to my world.
Can I check, Christian? Did you add your new hit points to your total?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, good.
I would heal you, but I don't really do that.
But it's your time. It's your time.
Go swiftly.
Okay. So, things just got serious. We now have Thana grappled, and we have Fujin, who is paralyzed. Things were looking up. Looks like you were going to get out of here. Clean getaway. But the tables have turned. All right. It is now... Is it another one of my creatures' turns?
Yeah, the other two, both in a row.
All right. Well, that one... Ghoul number 2... we'll call him Daddy Ghoul, is... Sorry, but this one's coming at you, Christian. It only makes sense. You hit it, it will hit back. And this is going to be bad. It is going to go for a bite attack here with advantage. And
Can I
if it
ask,
hits-
as Bright Eyes is a wolf and he's friends with Fujin, would he instinctively defend him?
Well, no, because with your subclass, it's just going to be like your bonus action. You know what I mean? Sort of.
So he doesn't have any reactions or anything?
He does have reactions, but just they're going to be the standard reactions. So he can take an attack of opportunity as per usual, stuff like that.
Yeah. All right.
That is going to be a hit with a 22, which means
I'm probably going down.
it is an automatic crit. So let's roll some crit damage here.
Oh my god.
That is
dicey.
an 8. 8 points of piercing damage. And an additional 8 points of necrotic damage.
Oh,
You see this creature just sink its teeth into Fujin's upper thigh and bite straight through the femoral artery.
The X is so dramatic. I'm just unconscious. I'm not dead.
Okay. All right. This is where we separate the bees from the
Question.
trees. Yes.
Am I still paralyzed?
Yes, I'd say you are still paralyzed for the sake of that.
Okay. The healer card doesn't specify what action or when. It just says once per long rest, you may heal 1d8 plus blah blah blah.
Yay, sweet pea!
So
It's not you doing it, it's the card.
1d8 plus your level as a bonus action. What are you talking about?
as a bonus act.
Yes.
I read half the card. I ADHD skimmed it. I'm sorry about that. Continue.
Okay, if someone wants to, can I pull another card out then?
Yep.
Because it might
Oh my
help us,
God,
or should we leave
No,
it?
no,
No, please
do
do
it.
not.
We got a healing.
I'll allow it.
Okay, all right. No,
someone-
no, I'm not listening to you. I'm listening to
No,
you.
but it's a chat. It's chat. You're overriding chat here.
Plus, if someone can heal me, I can then use that on my turn anyway, which will be more healing.
Okay, yeah.
That
I just
is-
have to not die.
I'm fine with you doing it. I just feel like if nothing happens between chat doing it and us overriding it, it feels
Well, I mean,
stacky.
I am going
I don't give a
to-
fuck. This is my character, not the chat's character.
In the future,
I'm
what I
on chat
will
side,
be
fuck
doing,
Christian.
if it took a second, I will be elongating
Let him
the length
burn.
of time that those cards stay in play, but they are designed to be able to be overwritten once a new card has been drawn. We're still working out the kinks of how these things work. We may make it that players can't draw cards, because it is getting to the point where it's like, oh, this one's not really beneficial. We'll draw another one. That does mean, of course, that it could be less beneficial, but
I know. It's a risk.
it's a risk.
Yeah.
It's a risk. And it's a risk I'm willing to take. But there's another thing that I'm willing to take, and that is another attack on Christian's character with the same.
Are you fucking serious?
Another thing I'm willing to take.
So, can I goad them? Okay, because look, I'm gonna be real. Okay, listen from my perspective. Okay, right? He's down. They're zombies. They're not intelligent. He's not moving. Why would they attack something that's not moving?
Any zombie movie ever? Have you not seen
to eat them?
them like rip people apart as the guy's like on the ground like
Actually, yeah. Thank you, Christian. I don't know why I'm defending you. Proceed.
Yes. Look, if this
I've
was
never seen anything like that, Grace.
if this was an intelligent creature who is looking to win this fight, I would not attack Christian again. I would probably attack one of the rest of you. But this creature is pretty much mindless. It wants
He's a
one
dum-dum.
thing, and that is to rip someone apart. And now it's bitten into his thigh. Fujin goes down, unconscious, paralyzed. It's not stopping. It will not stop until it pulls Fujin apart. Not unlike
Can't
what
stop,
Fujin
won't
did
stop.
to the taxidermied wolves. So I think the same rules apply here. Hit with advantage.
yeah, because I'm prone even if I wasn't paralyzed.
All right, so that is a 17, which is your armor class,
Yeah,
which
two
is
death
not
fails.
good, and that is 2 failed death saving throws. You are 1 death save away from permanently dying. I thought you guys were
And guess
out.
what? It's the other girl's turn now.
Oh no.
It is the
Oh,
other
can I-
girl's turn.
Do we have anything in our party that could bring him back from actual death?
I do.
No.
I
Spare the
do.
dying doesn't work on fully dead, it works on unconscious.
No, I do have healing. We'll get to
Healing?
that.
Okay.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that. We'll see what happens if that situation comes around. We do have one last ghoul remaining, and as far as I can see, it currently has 2 targets that it might want to attack, and that is
3?
Thana.
It's not allies with the
No,
with
it's
the
either
Grick, right?
Thana or the Grick. It will not attack you, Fujin. You're on the grounds.
Deal with that.
The first thing it's going to see is one of those 2. So I'm going to roll a dice here. You know what? Actually, I'm not going to roll it.
Oh.
Grace, I'm going to get you to roll it.
I don't.
Roll a d6 for me here. If it's a 1, 2, 3, it's going to be attacking you.
Okay.
4, 5,
No,
6.
you know I can't. Okay.
It's the Grick.
Yep. What am I rolling?
A
What am I rolling?
d6. A d6.
I
I believe.
don't want to do this. I don't want to.
1, 2, 3.
I
It's
got
attacking you.
Hey!
Can I re-roll? Can I re-roll?
Have you
Can I
used your
re-roll?
heroic inspiration yet?
No. No.
Would you like to use it to re-roll that dice?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Please.
Who chose that 4th option in the poll? The joke
Oh
option.
my fucking god! I rolled a 3 again.
All right.
I just want Fujin dead. That's a good.
I did not
That's
expect anyone
the
to click that.
taxidermied
and-
wolves wrote that. Yeah, it was the taxidermied wolves. They
Taxidermy
wrote
Wolves in
that
the chat.
option.
Thanks for joining the crit verse.
I'm so making an alt account. I'm just going to do the taxidermy
This
wolf and
matters,
just sit there spamming stuff about Fujin.
Speed is 30 feet. 5,
Oh, Thana, that's unlucky.
can easily
hate
get
you.
there. And it will be attacking
I'm your
you,
last
Thana.
chance for healing. Fuck you.
And it's coming at you with the claw. Let's roll
It is.
an attack.
The claw.
Oh my
The
god.
claw. No,
I feel so
he sounds happy. Stop.
Which means she doesn't have much AC to begin with anyway.
The sexy Aussie just drew a new card, this one being attributed to Christian, who is unconscious and dying.
Back to back.
And that one is the Horseman. It's a new
Oh,
one.
what?
This card.
Did I just take a...
The next time you were reduced to 0 hit points, you immediately fail 2 death saving throws.
Oh, you're so lucky on the wording of that. You are so lucky on the wording.
Yeah.
Oh, we can make it this time.
That does mean that if I get revived and then knocked back down, I instantly get those, however.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not been
Sexy, what have you done to me?
Listen, I know we're still making the rules for these. We might have to make ones like that, like a curse that sticks with you, because I really like that being a thing that hangs over your
I
head.
don't. You can draw the card.
Oh, be quiet.
Yeah, as long as I'm not affected, I love that too.
Hey, I'll take that. Can I take that off Christian's back as a curse? I'll take that. That's gorgeous.
Okay. All right. So 22 to hit. That is going to beat your armor class of 12, I think. Thana.
You have a good
aggressive.
Constitution save, though?
Let's talk about damage.
I do.
All right.
Okay. Good.
I do have to do a con save. Wait, am I doing a con save, Sven?
Let's start off with the damage. 4 points of slashing damage.
Yeah, easy,
Okay,
easy.
that's not
4
bad.
points is fine.
That's not bad.
Just need to pass the save. Save is the dangerous thing.
All right.
I
And
do have pretty good con.
a Constitution saving throw, keeping in mind you've already used your heroic inspiration. So please give us that Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
I believe.
I have. All right. Okay. Fuck me.
Oh no!
Oh boy.
I hate you, Sven.
Couple
I hate
things
you. I
happen.
don't want to play this game anymore. I hate you.
Shame
and
you don't have that
Kristen.
heroic inspiration. I guess.
I hate you and Kristen, both of you.
What?
Just
I
let's,
blame you for everything now. It's all your fault.
let's just take a moment here. Is everyone good?
To die? Yeah.
Yeah? Good? Yes?
In what way?
Well, just want to make sure no one's actually getting upset about what's happening here, because I know that this might
no,
feel
no.
like a pretty
No. Oh, no,
unfair
definitely
situation.
not.
Okay, all right. I just
No,
need to double
I'm
check.
not.
Because
No.
I am mean,
Not very nice.
but I do need to
I just
double
find it ironic that we survived the shambling mounds to then die
And
to
now
just
we're
a bunch
dying.
of ghouls.
Yeah, me too.
The rolls tonight are not working in your favor.
The
No,
fact
they
that,
aren't.
like, it's just the fact that I've built this character specifically for encounters like this, and before the session, I was talking so much shit to Sven that how I'm just gonna destroy him and how I feel bad for him, that, like, and I'm just gonna fucking nuke him, and now I'm dying.
There is
Wait, just-
one thing here that might save you, and that is the last line. You are paralyzed until the end of your next turn. Survive a round, and you could be okay. But
Okay.
it is the end
Before
of
I
your
rage
next
too
turn.
much, Grace, do you have Turn Undead?
I do. Yeah. Shut
And
up.
you wanted to deal 1 radiant damage? Why?
Okay. Okay. Why are you picking on me? No. I'm not imagining this. This is not.
Because
my
I'm on
identity.
1
I'm not
death
imagining
fail.
this.
I mean, save from dying.
I believe it's 2, Christian. one from death.
I'm
okay,
one
no,
from
you're
death.
right. Yeah, no, you're right.
I will do it next turn. I did not.
You can't do it next turn. You're paralyzed.
Do I?
TPK. TPK.
Shut up, Mod.
TP.
Shut up, you little chaos gremlin.
There's a lot of ways that this combat could have gone. We could not foresee those rolls. So it's not your fault.
It sounds tense.
It's not your fault,
It
Grace.
sounds really bad. It does sound bad, but it's whenever I play D&D now, I have to get into the mindset of Baldur's Gate. Otherwise, I just find I make terrible choices.
Can I ask? Saxy's asking if they can draw another card. Like, how many cards can be drawn?
There is a timer on that, and I believe I can't tell you exactly how long it is, but there's a timer before that reactivates.
Okay.
So they will be able to
Don't do
draw
it,
another
Sexy.
card, but I think it does take a little bit of time. I think it might be 15 minutes, but don't quote me on that. So let's go around the board. Let's quickly do a tale of the tape here. We have Thana, who is grappled and paralyzed. We have Fritz, who is down and has failed 2 death saving throws.
Fritz.
Fujin. Sorry, I was looking at Fritz when I said that, and I just said what I was looking at.
I've just realized we've picked TNT and FNF, except for Bill.
There are 4 ghouls and 1 Grick currently in play. Tane Nui, you probably have no idea what's happening because you can't see it.
Oh,
but
you
I
stole my
imagine
thunder. You
someone
stole
may
my
have
thunder. This is
called it out.
I sit there with the crowbar that I've been given, and I'm like, right, I know Fujin's got that handled. I definitely don't have to worry about anything out there.
Cut to the room. My chest being ripped apart.
Oh, I can hear the sounds of battle out there as he wades through his enemies. Such an enigmatic leader he is.
With how well he
now-
handled that shambling mound, he's probably already killed them all.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's using one to beat up the others. All right. And with that, I'm going to look at the last sack of bones I've got, and I'm going to open up this one right here. I'm going to do a little athletics roll. Did you say, no, you didn't say with advantage for that.
Let me have a look here. You do have a crowbar, so that will give you advantage.
Don't need it, baby.
And one thing
That
I
is
will
a
say
20, baby.
before you open that door, you can see that there is the name Roosevelda Durst etched into the heavy stone slab.
I'm pretty sure I was looking for Rosabella, and I close it and walk off.
Yeah,
No.
good.
I open it up, put the bones in very gracefully, and I walk out. I do that very quickly because that was a nat 20. And I walk out and say, right, it's time to go. And I look over and I see Fujin getting munched on and everything else happening, which is absolutely horrific.
Yep.
Oh, as you step into the hallway,
Yep.
because this is obviously important for you and Thana, is something going to happen? Do we see like a little from both of their bodies?
No, I was going to say, but I didn't want to interrupt that role.
Have we done the right thing? I'm wondering.
As that happens, you cannot express this, Thana, but you feel as if that separate personality begins to shift and separate from your soul. And Tane, you see that translucent figure of Roosevelda standing over the top of that coffin in which you place the bones, and she turns back towards you with a fearful look in her eyes. And she's like, your friends need help, but thank you. And she crosses her hands in front of her chest, and she lies down within, like, the coffin. And yes, you do feel like you've done the right thing here.
Brilliant. And Stormbolt's already gone. I walk out feeling. Yep, and I walk out to the thing. I look to the north and see William, give him a nod, and I look to the right, to the south, or to the right and see Fujin getting ripped apart. Oh God! And I'm just gonna jump over these two here, just like push through, and I'm gonna grab Fujin and throw him backwards. And as I do, I'm gonna do a lay on hands on him for 5 hit points, and throw him backwards. That does remove any poisons.
Let's have
What was that, sorry?
No, I was just being stupid.
Oh yeah.
Stone slab, unless otherwise noted, removing a slab from its fitting requires a successful DC 15 strength athletics check. Unfortunately, you have used your action to pry open that door, or to open that door. So you got to talk to me here. What is your lay on hands?
Wait, what's happening? What's a slab?
The slab that you
opened
did the athletics check on.
It required an athletics check.
No, lay on hands. He said at the start it's a bonus action.
Okay.
Now.
So what am I doing? What's going on?
All right. So let me just explain this real quick. To open that stone slab, to move the stone slab to get access into Roosevelt's crypt, you needed to make a strength or athletic saving throw, or not saving throw, check rather, and the check is a standard action. So you have used your action to open that door in order to lay Roosevelt's bones to rest. So you do not have an action currently available to you. You do have your bonus action. So I will say you can step into the room and use your lay on hands, but as far as moving his body is concerned, I'm going to say you'll need an action to do that.
Alrighty. Can I... So I can't use that nat 20 to get a little bit of athletic just to drag him back a tiny bit so I can get in front?
I just want to make sure that we do things like...
No, that's all right. Okay, well, I will stand over him and push forward with the shield.
Okay, yes, you can absolutely.
He's laying on the ground. I can stand over him.
He is currently prone, so I will say you can stand over the top of him, using a bonus action to lay on hands. Yes, is that correct?
Yep.
Yep. So
correct.
Lay on hands, and then you're standing over.
And I go, get back, and lay on hands removes poison and does 5 hit points of healing.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
All right, so Fujin conscious, and I will say that paralyzed condition does go away. So, as per what I said earlier, it does not specify whether or not it was a poison, but I am going to DM Fiat rule that it is. All right, anything else you would like to do?
So that is my... and I say, Thana, get behind me, go! And I hold the shield up and I look over to see that she's wrapped around in tentacles. I'm like, God damn it, people!
And also paralyzed.
God damn it!
All right. Bringing us to Bill, Iron Dancer's turn. You have a clear run straight to the stairs.
Dude, GTFO. GTFO. GTFO.
Look, probably.
Not unreasonable.
But instead, I believe the orange ghoul was LL Ghoul J.
Yes.
The fact that you remembered them. Daddy Ghoul.
You know how I like to name my critters. From his backpack, he's got his crystal that hangs down that was a gift from his mother, and it just starts to glow when he hears the words fire and life inside his head. So he's going to roll to attack that ghoul, getting a 19 to hit it.
19 is a hit.
What?
Oh, wrong. Ignore that one. That's wrong.
Oh.
That's
Don't say it's wrong.
We don't want that.
Don't. It's the same damage dice. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, but when you're honest, so doing 7 fire damage.
7 points of fire damage. Tell me how you kill LL Cool J and his rap career.
So he hears the words fire and life, and at the moment the way he casts his spells, is to point and go, fire. So he does that. He points and goes fire, and emanating from his fingertip is this. It's like a firebolt almost, and just like it just hits and just explodes over his head. And from that explosion, one of the wisps of flame turns into a white butterfly. And from that butterfly, what we see is healing word being cast for 11 points of healing on Fujin.
Yes,
Whoa.
please.
All right.
That was a good healing word too. A 4 and a 3.
Yeah. So you're honest, and look what happened.
Oh, okay. Karma. I know how karma works.
Things are turning around here. You still have a Grick, and you still have 3 ghouls, but LL Ghoul J has been vanquished.
Take a step back.
Okay. Bright Eyes does not need to act on his own initiative order here, so I'm going to go ahead and remove Bright Eyes from the initiative. Bright Eyes now works on your initiative, Fritz. Bright Eyes can move anywhere you want up to its speed during your turn.
Yep.
And you can use a bonus action to command him to attack. If you don't use that bonus action to do that, he will just take the dodge action.
Yep. I'm wondering if Bright Eyes attacks the Grick, is there a chance it'll let Thana go?
Ooh. I'll tell you what. If you knock it prone, maybe.
Okay.
All
right.
It would
Well,
get a
I
free
think that
slash at the back, however, from the ghoul, because it's right next to this guy at the moment.
That is correct. That ghoul may
Oh, is
take
he?
an attack of opportunity. Yes, he is within range of that ghoul.
I'm getting so sick of
People picking
the-
on
the,
Thana? Yeah, me too.
yeah, and the measurements. All right, so Fritz is actually going to use his short bow
Okay.
to try and hit the one that is currently threatening Fujin and Bright Eyes.
Yep. Okay. So I'm going to go
Yep.
that
If
one
this
right
sheet
there.
will work.
I'm gonna call
Yep.
that one
So I'm going to roll that.
horrible death creature.
17, but -2, so 15.
A
Still pretty good.
15 is a hit.
And what's the name
Yay.
of this one, Sven?
This one is called Horrible Death Creature.
Okay. All right, and this is going to do piercing damage. Oh, a 2. 2
Ooh.
piercing damage. Can't get any better than that.
Oh, to help you a little bit though, for some benefit, you've currently got the clock. I'm pretty sure that's concentration, because isn't Hunter's Mark like an hour, you said?
I think so, but I don't want to move it with my bonus action because I want to use Bright Eyes. But
Oh, true. Okay. I forgot.
Alright,
see,
so-
that's a bit. I'm at a bit of a disadvantage being a ranger now in some ways. It's been annoying, but
With multi-target stuff, with one big guy, obviously you only need to move it once, but this kind of stuff, yeah. Okay. Is Bright Eyes gonna?
well, the only other thing I could do is use my heroic inspiration to try and get more damage on that, but I don't think it's worth it. I think Bright Eyes is probably going to do more. Could Bright Eyes, while this creature's being shot by Fritz, because it's in the same turn, could Bright Eyes take that opportunity to move away with advantage?
I want to do things by the book.
Okay.
I want to do things by the book, so it will get an attack of opportunity. Hey, it could miss its attack of opportunity. Not a particularly high
Bright Eyes?
to hit, so it might be worth taking the risk.
Bright Eyes does have a high AC if you want to go through with it.
Pardon?
Bright Eyes does have a high AC if you want to go through with it.
Yeah, I think he's going to, because I think he's looking at Thana and he's a bit worried. So, yeah, he's going to try and move to the right of Fritz and then behind, so he gets a 20-foot run up to this Grick.
Yeah, so taking one step towards the left and then using that as the run up. I imagine he like jumps up onto the table and past Thana trying to get this thing. If you knock it prone, I will say it will release the grapple on Thana. Now, this is not rules as written.
Okay.
I'm just making things up as I go along here. But I think that sounds fair to me.
Thank you, Sven.
All right.
Thank you.
Right, so where should Bright Eyes move?
So just to probably, I'll just move him over to there.
Yep.
And then he
Good
can
attack roll.
make his attack here. Keep in mind, you do have your heroic inspiration, but it will take an attack of opportunity first. So my creature is going to roll that. A bite attack. My gods. That is going to hit. That is a 19 to hit.
Okay, can I use my heroic inspiration to give it disadvantage?
Unfortunately not, but I will tell you this is a bite attack, so it's going to do some damage, but it's not going to paralyze.
Oh, okay.
It's not going to paralyze them, so it's going to take. It's going to be a fair bit of damage. So 6 points of slashing, and 1 point of necrotic. So 7 points of damage to Bright Eyes.
Yep, that's okay. All right, he's the one that we can bring back the easiest, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a. So does he have to roll to hit?
Yeah, D20
And does
plus
he
5.
get? Yeah, does he get the disadvantage? Or does he get the exhaustion that Fritz had?
No,
I don't think so.
no.
No. Okay. Cool. All right. I'm rolling a d20. 17.
Hey!
17. Finally, it's happening. Yes, that is a hit.
Okay. He is going to do, I assume, slashing damage because I like it. It's going to do 1d8 plus 5 of that. So let's do that. Where's d8? Come on. It's got 4 plus 5, so that's 9.
9 points of damage.
All right, so that's 9 so far.
Okay.
And then because he did the run up, he also gets 1 extra d6. So I'll roll that now. That's 6.
6 points of damage. Ooh,
So
nice.
yeah, we're at 15. 15 points of damage, and can do the prone condition.
And there's no saving throw against that, is there? If it hits, it just does it.
Yeah.
All right.
I think so. Yeah, it does say. Let me just look. If the beast has moved at least 20 feet straight towards the target before the hit, so that's why he was moving up above Fritz, because he gets 40 feet of movement.
Mm-hmm.
The target takes an extra 1d6 of the same type, and the target has the prone condition if it is a large or smaller creature.
Okay, it is a smaller creature, so it has. I don't know how a snake can be prone, but it is currently prone,
Neither do I.
which means you are not grappled, Thana, thanks to Bright Eyes'
Yay!
heroism.
Thank you, brothers.
So take that away. There we go. A very good use of a bonus action. So you've used an action, you've used a bonus action, you've done significant damage on your turn. You can still move, Fritz, if you wish to move.
Fritz, he does have interception, but I'm worried about him being paralyzed, honestly. Have a look.
I will also take into account as well the fact that you just made an attack with your bow means that you do not have a melee weapon currently equipped. So if you wish to use your reaction to do that, you will have to, draw a new weapon.
I have to swap weapons next go.
Yes.
Can't do it this turn, or?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So Fritz is actually going to move back a bit, actually. He's going to move towards because he doesn't need to be as close to these creatures. So he's going to move back towards Bill.
Yeah, towards the smart people.
All right.
Pardon?
Towards the smart people. Let the others deal with it. They're the meat shields.
playing the tactical game here.
I'm going to go protect Will.
Moving back, that actually brings us to the top of round 2, which means we come back around to your turn, Fujin. And you are back up and you are no longer paralyzed.
Oh, true. I forgot about the lack of paralyzed. I had it on me and I was like, okay, that's going to be my turn. Yeah, look, I'm going to crawl out from underneath Tane and I'll slip above the body of the dead one, as that's actually perfect. It puts me still in the middle of like the fray. I guess as Tane takes my spot. And I think we're just going to go aggression here rather than defense. So rather than a dodge action, a bit of surprise as how healthy Fujin is feeling. Some capable companions. He's used to doing everything alone, and this is definitely a first. Even the fight with the Shambling Mound, even though we all did a lot of stuff, it felt like having to coordinate them, pull the weight. But this is different. I was unconscious, and they've managed to pull my weight. A bit of maybe even frustration, to be honest, of his own inadequacy. So I'm going to unleash that frustration to the one in the corner, and we're going to go for our.
Oh wait,
no.
You were there.
We're going to go for a scimitar attack first on the one in the corner with a 12 to hit.
Just hits.
Lovely. Slashing damage for that one is going to be max. Lovely 10 points of slashing damage to that one.
Ooh,
Nice.
okay.
Ooh.
All right.
That's what we want to see.
Still standing.
Still standing, but a significant hit.
Okay, I'm going to get my Nick weapon mastery, where I'm going to make an extra attack with it without the modifier for free. This one's going to go with the same one in the corner for a 14, also hits, -4 to this roll. So it's a 6 on the dice, so 6 more damage. Excellent.
Still standing.
And then bonus action, we're going to Flurry of Blows and just try to unload as much damage as possible using my last key point. So one unarmed strikers are going to come at it again. A backhand this time as my fist closed, not holding the scimitar. I was going to crack it across the jaw for another hit, dealing... I'm going to use my Savage Attacker on this dice. It was a 3 on the d6. With a bit of a scream, another 6. So plus 4, that's another 10 damage.
Tell me how you killed this ghoul.
So the 2 slashes, 1 and twice across, were sort of like an X across its body, and then that backhand of mine just goes directly into the rib cage, cracking its chest inwards. And then the final one is then going to come around and attempt to leg sweep the one behind me for my Flurry of Blows attack, which is going to come in for a 12 to hit, which we know hits. And that one is next to an ally, which is Thana and Tane. So I'm going to proc my sneak attack to add an extra d6 of damage onto this one. We have got 6 plus 4 for another 10 damage to the one below Thana.
Okie dokie. That seems like... Okay, so that's your 112 actions done for this turn?
Yeah, a total of, I think... 10, 20, 30, 34
40
points of damage.
Jesus.
All right.
Wait.
Nice.
Get
Okay.
it together, Fujin.
Yeah, really dropping the ball there, Fujin. I expected better from you.
Sorry. As I'm just going to start slamming into these things, apologizing.
Thana, you are no longer grappled, and it is your turn.
Okay. Tell me.
Bring the
Hold
pain.
on.
About,
But you were paralyzed, weren't you?
yes.
Yes.
Tell me about paralyze. Very specifically, read it to me as written.
Okay, I'll read it to you very specifically. So just from the creature start block here, the target has the paralyzed condition until the end of its next turn. And for the paralyzed condition, you have the incapacitated condition. Your speed is 0. You automatically fail strength and death saving throws. Attacks against you have advantage, and any attack that hits you is a critical hit.
Okay, so I just want to clarify.
Mm-hmm.
Says absolutely nothing regarding my ability to speak.
Let's have a look at the incapacitated condition. While you have the incapacitated condition, you can't take any action, your concentration is broken, and you can't speak.
They saw
Awesome.
that coming, Grace.
Yeah.
That's why I was role playing
Why
like.
I just tonight is not my night. It is really not. Look, I'm gonna be honest, the last 3 nights have not been Thana's night in terms of spell casting, and I just want to cry.
The good thing is, you're getting them out of the way now. Grace, you're getting them out of the way now. You don't want to have
Thana
them when it's
feels-
not your night later.
Honestly, to roleplay this, Thana feels like she's been forsaken. Like, she's nearly died. She's nearly dying again. None of her spells are going through. She's really, really, really confused because she's sort of like, she grew up a prodigy and now nothing is working. And it is so frustrating. Yeah, she's just kind of...
Do you wish you played a barbarian now?
I'm in recovery.
I can't
Recovery.
quite remember verbatim the words that I said in the previous episode because it was 2 weeks ago, but something along the lines of, there are no gods here. So yes,
Yeah,
perhaps
that
you
one.
have been forsaken. Good news. End of your turn. You're no longer paralyzed.
Bad news.
Yay.
Purple one. Oh, the purple one's away from me. This is good.
Bad news, it is
This is
Horrible
good.
Death Creature's turn, and now it has a new target in the form of a 6-foot-something tall orc.
4.
So
6'4".
6'4", 6-foot-something. Let's make a claw attack against Tane Nui. Ooh, not as good. That is a miss. So it misses with that attack, which means that is all it can
Yay.
do. It is the Grix's turn.
Oh my god, if it picks me back up, I'm gonna cry.
It now has 3 potential targets and is not really feeling too good about its current situation. So, what are we going to do here? Bright Eyes just took it down. So first thing it's going to do, it's going to use half its movement speed to stand back up or be not prone. It's going to be a not prone snake. I'll let you imagine what that looks like.
It's an erect snake. I'm
It's an
picturing it
erect
right
snake.
now.
Stands straight up. So it's
That's
no
like
longer prone.
BBC.
It's going to make.
Oh, big brown cobras.
It's going to make.
That's exactly right.
It's going to make an attack against Bright Eyes. Yeah, that makes sense to me. So coming up with the tentacle attack to start off with.
No.
That is just a hit with a 16, I believe. Yep. Bright
Yes, it
Eyes is going to take 6 points of slashing damage. And Bright Eyes is now grappled.
Okay, so did you say 6 points of damage?
6 points of slashing damage with that one.
Yep.
Bright Eyes is now grappled, and now it's coming in with a beak attack. So let's roll to hit.
Ooh.
That is definitely a hit. And it's going to do 12 points of piercing damage with its beak.
Oh no.
So 26
minus
points of
5.
damage in total for Bright Eye so far, I believe.
Which he's okay with because he's a magical creature now. If this had happened last week, this would be devastating.
Yes.
But now we've got a special magic stuff going where I can bring him back and he's exactly the same in my head.
All right.
That's okay.
Is the dead ghoul's turn. He continues to be dead for his turn. Then we come around to LL Ghoul J, who's also dead. And then we come around to Ghoul. Just Ghoul. I'm going to call him Daddy Ghoul. I'm going to change his name.
I thought we did. I thought we did name him Daddy Gore.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daddy Gore was one.
It got mixed up somewhere, so I'm going to make his name Daddy Ghoul. There we go. And I'm going to show that to everyone at home. Options, show named players, always display. There we go. That's Daddy Ghoul down in the southeastern corner. It's got 3 targets. Let's roll a dice here. Actually, it's got 4 targets. Going Fujin, Tane, Thana, and the Greek. I'll roll a d4.
Can I roll it? Because I've been rolling really well.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no,
Yes.
that's fine. You roll
Do
it.
not let me roll it, please.
All right. What am I rolling?
A
D4.
D4.
What about a D20?
A D4.
D4? Okay.
D4, yeah.
All right. 2.
2.
Who's 2?
Tane
Could be
Nui.
anyone.
It's the Greek. It's the Greek, isn't it?
No, it's going Fujin, Tane, Thana,
He did
Greek.
say the Greek, I believe.
I thought I
Fujin,
heard
I did hear the
Tane,
Greek.
Thana, Greek. That was the order that I selected those in. So number 2 is going to be Tane Nui. All right. All right, let's do this again. Let's go for another claw attack. That's going to be a 15, and that
It's missed.
is a miss, which brings us to the end of Daddy Ghoul's turn. Not as ghoul as I thought it would be. Tane, you are up.
Alrighty. Am I... Is it possible to shove Thana backwards? Or will that be an attack of opportunity? How do you rule that?
You can shove her backwards if she moves out of a creature's range. I do consider that being... she has to be willing to allow that to happen.
Alright.
Yes.
Well, I will attack the horrible death creature just here.
Okay. Attacking horrible death creature.
Yeah. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Let's do this. I go to actions and I click. I literally say this out loud. I say, I'm going to go to actions and click longsword. And that's a nat 1.
Ooh.
However, because I have, we're pinning this creature and I get a +2 and I've got heroic inspiration. So I'm going to re-roll that. Come on, baby. Get there. Get there. Don't roll to a 3. What are you doing? It's better than that 1.
Definitely
is
better
happening?
than a 1. But it's not enough to beat this creature's armor class. And
My dice is just rolling non-stop now. I'm not touching anything.
I'm gonna, yeah. If you click the longsword, it does the damage and the attack roll at the same time. So I imagine things are getting pretty tight here. Longsword is quite a difficult weapon to wield in tight
Yeah,
quarters.
no, that's
so I
right.
imagine that makes sense.
And I say, guys, we've got to get out of here. And yeah, that's it. That's the end of my turn.
Bill, you've got to get out of here, and it is your turn.
So there's still some up though, isn't there?
Oh yes, yes, they're definitely.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
The Grick is
Yeah.
still.
No, I was saying, like, kill these guys and get out of here. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. 5.
But the walls are shaking still. It's not just this battle.
Okay, actually, let's go.
Oh, I'm
10.
keeping track
there
of
we
how
go.
many
Cool.
rounds this has taken, just so you're aware.
So I'll move 10 feet up. I see Daddy Ghoul in my sights. And I point and I go fire. And I'm going to use my sorceress burst on Daddy Ghoul. Oh, you! And I'm going to use my You know what? No, I'm going to save that because.
No, put it down. Put it down. Put it in the ground.
Oh no, I thought I had something else.
I think she's
could
right.
do.
Please.
No,
Please,
I
Dylan.
did have. I do have something else I can do, but I should have done it first. So yes, I'll use my heroic inspiration. There's an order of events, and I didn't.
There you go.
do it properly. Doing 2 fire damage.
So, talk to me about how much damage this thing took in total from your turn.
2.
So only two points of damage. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So Daddy Ghoul taking 2 points of damage. Okay. All right. Chipping away.
And that's me.
Okay, Fritz, long view. You got a pretty good view about what's happening here.
I do. One of my questions is, I can bring Bright Eyes back to life, but it will take a minute, and that's a long time in combat, isn't it?
Yes, 10 turns.
Yes, that's way too much. All right, so he is going to apply Hunter's Mark,
Bonus action, Hunter's
and
Mark.
he is going to, bonus action Hunter's Mark. So I'm just doing that as my last one before a long rest for free. Oh God! But,
and
then he's going to move. Sorry.
Who
Yes,
are we
sir?
applying Hunter's Mark to? Is it Horrible Death Creature, Daddy Ghoul,
the
or
Greek.
the Greek? Oh, the Greek. Okay.
The Greek.
I'm going to rename that to
He's upset with it because it went for Kill Bright Eyes.
my
So he's going to move up and then move
Big
back.
Fat
So he's going to shoot it.
Greek wedding.
God,
So
I just
Hunter's
realised what I
Mark.
should have done. No.
Alright, let's put Hunter's Mark.
Okay, so I'm going to extra D6 force damage if I do hit it. So I'm going to try to attack it with my short bow. I don't want to get too close to it.
Short bow.
Oh,
Alright,
that's rough. 22! 22! 22!
Before we go ahead with that one, I just need to clarify where exactly you are. Are you either in this spot, or this spot? My advice would be here.
Why?
Because then you won't be within melee range of the ghoul. Or the Greek.
Yes, I want to be as close as I can, well, to see it, but far away as I can.
Yeah, so I'd say there you can bop out, take a shot.
Yeah.
And be
That
safe.
sounds about right.
All right. 22,
Yep,
yes.
so
that
I'm
is a
going to hit it. Yep. And then I'm going to short bow. So that's 6 points of damage, plus I'm going to roll a d6 for bludgeoning damage. Is that correct?
For your
With
Hunter's
Hunter's Mark?
Mark. Yeah, that's correct.
Do I have to roll for that, or is it automatic?
No, that is automatic. If you hit, it does that damage.
On d6. 5. So 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage in total. That brings it down to that. Okay. Okay. Doesn't like being shot with a short bow.
That's fair.
Not it.
I don't know many people who do enjoy being shot with a short bow, to be fair.
I've never been shot, but what does the H mean?
That's just for me to remember it has Hunter's Mark applied to it.
No, it means
good
it's been
idea.
hurt. It's really hurt.
Yes.
It means
Hey,
it's
totally.
hung.
Or hurt.
Right.
Or hung.
We're at the end of a round, and it's 10:30.
It is 10:30.
Yes. So that's great timing.
Just putting it out there.
Yes. So, bit of a shorter
Unless we
episode
can finish
tonight.
them all in like 5 minutes, or think we could? Maybe Fujin could kill everybody in one go now.
Well, I mean, I'm up now and I have 10 undead.
It actually is Fujin's turn. So let's, you know what? Let's do a
Exactly.
couple of rounds. Let's do a couple of turns, but let's make these
Yeah.
fast rounds because I don't want to leave it at this. So let's go. Top of round 3. Fujin, it is your turn. You are up. You just caved in one of the creature's chests, and there's 2 left.
Moving through, trying to carve through that one in front of Thana. Tane, you've got the one behind. Trusting, obviously, the warrior to do the job after I've seen sort of Thana not quite managing at the moment. So, obviously, I've seen her previously being like a wound tender, the person that like goes around graveyards and collects the bodies, not a fighter. So, to be honest, it's not like I'm expecting amazing things.
Ouch.
This isn't your forte. You're meant to help after the battle, not during it. So I'm not blaming you. But I'm going to trust Tane, and I'm going to come for the one in front of you. 9 points of damage with one scimitar. I'm going to then carve back up with another hit with my nick.
It's dead.
Dealing another... oh, perfect. Okay, that first attack is going to slash through it. I'm going to move through to the Grick trusting Tane to handle that one. And this next attack instead is going to deal 5 damage to the Grick with the nick.
5 damage
then
to
my
big fat Grick wedding with the nick. Oh no,
And
so the
then
nick,
just in
the
case-
nick was the damage that killed the last one. So
Oh, okay. And then unarmed strike in that case then, with just 1 bonus action punch, is going to come in for a 14 to hit the Grick. Does that hit?
yes, that does hit.
Lovely. I'm going to re-roll that damage with this, with my savage attacker, as I'm just a flurry of anger. A 5 instead, so it's going to be 5 plus 4, 9 points of damage, plus the sneak attack, which I haven't used yet. So 9, 11. 11 on the Grick, as I'm just going to come in with, I guess, like, my hand, and just try to, with both hands, pin it to the wall, trying to start, like, strangling the Grick.
And it's like thrashing back and forth. You're like holding a python by the neck. That a python that has tentacles on its face. Thana, you're up.
Yes. Full disclosure, my above VTT just died, so I'm in blind. But
Okay.
I'm going to use my channel divinity. Thana is going to shamble up just a fucking mess. She's going to rip the glass stone from her neck and just point it at the Grick and just scream, "I am competent!" And then cast and then use one of her channel divinity, and I'm going to use divine spark and force a creature to make a DC 13 con save or take 1d8 plus 3 necrotic radiant damage. Sorry.
Okay, con save. Come at you.
And look, I make the damage either way, so it's just whether or not you take half.
Yeah, it's 14. He got a 14, or he or she. I'm not gonna
Oh.
apply a gender to my Grick.
Do you have heroic inspiration left?
No.
Okay.
So I got.
Can I give
4.
her my heroic inspiration?
Well, that's not going to do much because she's not rolling anything here. I'm rolling a
No,
save.
I'm rolling damage. I'm rolling damage.
I tell you
That's
what, you've got a heroic inspiration here. We're almost at the end of the night. If you would like to, for me to re-roll that, I'm happy to do that in this instance. Just for once. Once, got to give you something here.
Sure.
I'll
Sure.
give it to you, Thana.
All right, let's roll that again. Don't blame me if I. Nope, there we go. It failed. So it takes 4 points of damage now.
Yep. So it takes 4, 5, 6, 7.
7
Points
points
of
of damage. Not gonna lie, the Grick's not looking too good.
I would say that I'm not sure if you guys have seen Cult of Lamb, because this is the first of Thana's spells that have actually hit. So now I get to do the exposition. So I'm not sure if you guys have seen Cult of the Lamb, but it's literally exactly that scene where the lamb like starts bleeding from the eyes, and she just casts this radiant green light, this sickly pale green light just assaults this creature. Yeah, and I'm assuming it's screaming and writhing.
Yes,
But
it
yeah,
is
it's pretty
screaming
bombastic.
and writhing, and it's like
I'm being strangled.
and writhing
having a
around on
good
the
time.
floor. And yes, you have done pretty significant damage to it.
Am I competent? Is Fujin impressed? Is Fujin impressed?
Fritz is.
It's like that house mum who like no one suspects, and then they just lose their cool, and everyone realizes that they could be a serial killer.
It is horrible death creatures.
Fritz is like, that was actually very, very good, Thana. Very, very good. He's very proud of you.
Attack you,
Thank you.
Tane, with an 18 to hit on the first one with the bite.
Nah, that's a miss.
So hitting you, Tane, with 4 points of damage. 4 points of piercing damage, and an additional 4 points of necrotic damage. And then going in for the second bite with another hit with a 21. So 3 points of piercing and 6 points of necrotic damage. Did you get all that? Okay. Assuming that was a yes.
Yes, I got it all.
Awesome. That brings us back around to my big fat Grick wedding, and it is not looking very good. It thought it was going to get an easy meal here, and it has not gotten an easy meal. So it is going to use its action to disengage from this fight. And then move... how far can it move? 30 feet? It's going to move 5 feet back. And
Attack of
then-
opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. If you wish to take an attack of opportunity, you can.
I'm gonna do my divine thingamajiggy again. And Thana is just fucking furious now. She's like, where the fuck are you going?
You're going to be
she's
even
gonna
more
do it again.
furious when I tell you you can't use the divine spell
That's
as an
fine.
attack of
That's
opportunity.
fine. That's fine. I have a bow.
Which you
I have a
also
bow.
can't use because it's a ranged weapon. You
Can
can
I
you can
stab it
kick it.
with an arrow?
You can punch it. You can kick it. You can unarm attack it if you wish.
Bit on
Can I
it.
ram it because I have ram's horns?
Just
Ooh,
to
that's
mess things up even more, can she do that? Because didn't it disengage?
Oh yes, it did disengage. You're right. I used the disengage action.
I was waiting until we ran through all the
Christian, why
options.
the fuck are you
Well,
hiding? You didn't play a game.
I thought the same thing, but I think maybe
Game.
I
very
thought
great.
maybe he was saying disengage is in it's leaving, not it's tactically using the mechanic
Yeah, no,
disengage.
it's using it disengage. Sorry,
He's got lowercase c.
It's very
capital
very
D.
late. So yeah, it's going to disengage. Going to move 5 feet back, and then it is going to move up the wall and onto the ceiling. I can't remember how high the ceiling is, so I'm going to say it's 10 feet up. So it's now on the ceiling. Well, up in the
It's on
corner
the ceiling.
because it has a
Perfect.
it has a
We
climb
see it?
speed. It is you can still see it. You can still see it, but it's like jammed right up in the corner. Think of like a python that is like just trying to blend into its surroundings. It's just jammed itself as far as it can into the corner. And that is
Right.
the end of its turn, which means
Why
it's
don't you kill the one next to you?
ghoul,
All right.
ghoul, and now Tane's turn.
Excellent. I'm going to say we need to move, and I'm going to use one of my channel divinities.
All right.
Is this going to work? Does throwing someone take athletics, or is it just a attack now?
What do you want to do here? Talk to me about what your plan is.
The plan is to throw this guy into the creature up the top,
Into the creek.
into the Greg.
Into the creek.
All right.
Can I ask a
let's-
question? Is this building falling down as well?
It is beginning
Yeah.
to collapse.
Wasn't
Yes,
this building?
it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's have some fun here. Let's roll a contested athletics check, and if you beat it, you can throw this thing up into the corner.
Perfect. So
I
as I
will say
said,
there is precedent done it. Thrash has done this before. There is precedent
yeah,
for
but
this.
it's 2024 rules. That's why I was checking. So I'm going to sort of smack him with the shield and roll over him, and then use my channel divinity for my oath of glory, which gives me advantage on my athletic checks.
Mm-hmm.
And then hopefully, I want to do super advantage because it's an option, but I'm just going to roll regular advantage like a weirdo. That's a 16.
And wait, did I roll the wrong one? Yeah, horrible death creature rolled a 13.
Yay! I would like to, using my throw him into the creature on the roof.
Yes. Okay. So you smash
Spear
into this
tackle
thing with your shield, and
the
with
shield.
the other hand you wrap the handle of the sword around its neck, and you pull it onto your shield and like
Hoisted.
hoit it right over the top
Out
of
of the
Thana.
way!
And as this ghoul flies across the room, the Grick suddenly launches itself out from the corner and just latches onto the ghoul's face. And the ghoul and the Grick go crashing down to the ground. You can see the Grick's body wrapping around the ghoul, and the ghoul's claws like raking across the Grick, and they're like just thrashing on the floor as the Grick has its like tentacles wrapped around the ghoul's face. You have an opportunity to get away here. I suggest you take it.
Let's go! And start legging it.
And you all
I have an
start
issue.
running. Yes.
if I want to bring Bright Eyes back before we have a long rest, I need to touch him and wait a minute.
Okay. Yep. Well, he's taken a little bit of damage here. He's not gone yet, so I don't think you need to bring him back. And I believe you can heal him, so we can get to that if we need.
Wasn't Bright Eyes? Wasn't he dead? He died. He was -5 health.
Oh, he took 26 points of damage. Was that more than what he had?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was?
Which means that he...
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
so,
he's dead.
Yeah, it'll be a long rest, I believe, that you'll be able to get Bright Eyes back.
So I will be able to bring him back if I can touch him. Can I carry him out?
Yeah. Fujin will come and help with that. As Tane calls the retreat, Fujin, frustratingly not wanting to leave, fine, is going to run by and sort of help you grab the other end of Bright Eyes before the ghoul can stand up properly and rush towards the stairs.
Okay. And while that's happening, he's going to use a magic action to touch. And after a minute, he'll come back to life. So that's going to. I'm going to use one of my spell slots. I'm out of spell slots, but that's okay.
I'm like carrying the legs, and you're like carrying his mouth. Like, you're okay, boy, you're fine. Like stroking the face.
We're gonna make it. I'm so tired. 10 episodes, no rest.
All right, and that brings us to the end of tonight's episode. I do want to do a quick shout out to tabletopaudio.com. If you enjoyed tonight's ambience that you heard in the background, make sure you check out tabletopaudio.com for all your tabletop RPG ambience needs. And I want to do a quick shout out as well to Sweet Pea. Thank you for joining us again for tonight's episode. It was an episode.
You tried to save
combat.
us.
You tried to save us.
Thank you.
And you, well...
I know Saxy did too, even though he nearly killed me.
Yeah.
You made it out alive, and that's what counts. But the ordeal is not over yet, although it is...
Oh, we made it out.
Coming. No. Oh, you made it out of this episode alive, out of this situation, but we're not there yet.
Are we out of the house? Are we out of the house at least?
escaped
Like, can we just
all
have a
of
straight run to the
Barovia.
door?
No, you are not out of the house.
Friend,
just yet.
can I ask one question?
No.
Hope.
No, this is an important question. If we're moving up here, is Bright Eyes something that if we healed it, he would come back, or is he dead, sort of thing?
No.
How does that work?
So we will cover that when we come back next time, about how we role play that out. But he is an animal companion now, technically, so he will be able to come back. But we will role play how that
They're meant to be
works.
sort of like manifestation-y spirits rather than a solid thing. So I guess we'll just change the roleplay with that.
Yeah. We'll cover that when we come back next episode.
So basically, I can either do a long rest and he'll come back, or I can touch his body and a minute later he'll come back. But I have to use a spell slot to do it. So I'll be using a spell slot to sort of do it as we're running. Because he's not. If this had happened last week, he'd be dead. Yeah.
Just touches my body, I'll come back in a minute as well.
And that's what we're going to have to call it a night, ladies and gentlemen. It's getting very late, and I think we're all going a little bit crazy here.
Wait, what are you doing with your hand there, Dan?
So you cut the feed.
We're going to be back again next week, 8:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time with the episode 11 of Beckoned Blackest Nights. Make sure you join us as well tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. right here on Twitch for episode 5, I think, of Vecna Eve of Ruin. Gemini are players in that one, and that is DM'd by none other than Mr. Mark Hillman. Thank you guys for playing Dungeons and Dragons with me. Hope you all had a good time. It was a thrilling combat. I thought I had you for a second there.
Nearly.
I nearly died again.
You almost did, but I was too nice. That's my fault. Okay. Good night, everybody.
Good
May all
night.
your 20s be
night.
dirty and all that stuff.